Good morning, everybody. My name's Gary. We're going to play some harmonica today. Let's go over to mammothgardens.com and post information on this stream so people can come join us. Mammothgardens.com is the website where I post all of the harmonica music we do every day. And so you will roll on over there. A lovely young lady will escort you into the main room. She uses a standard stock photo. I was trying to make a harmonica cool. She has a tattoo, so she must be cool. And then today we are playing. I got this new mouse and it's drifting, so it gets to go back to Amazon. We are playing When the Saints Go Marching In, Colorado Trail, and House of the Rising Sun today, along with our usual music theory stuff. And it's going to be a great day. We'll be in and out in no time. It takes just a jiffy to play those tunes. And let me go post our link on Twitter, https://mammothgardens.com. There she is. And then today we're using Brush Your Teeth as our cover story. I think that's the funniest one of all of them. Brush your teeth. Twist. Tweet. All right, there's Brush Your Teeth on Twitter. Makes me laugh every time. All right, let's see. Who's this? All right. So there's that. Let me close that out. And whoever's first one in, let me know if the sound is good. I don't seem to be showing up here. Maybe there it is. All right, let's see. It says I'm on mute. I don't think that's true, but we'll find out. And then, there we go. Hopefully, that was a really long time for that to come to start broadcasting. I may be way delayed here. I might be done by now, and you're just now finding out about it. All right, diatonic and chromatic harmonica. Yeah, YouTube's doing some funky stuff today. But Sandy's here, and that's all that matters. Hey, Sandy, welcome in. Let's see, 11:05. I want to get started. I want to try to wrap up quickly here. And so let's grab our C diatonic harmonicas. And let's go grab When the Saints Go Marching In. And with this piece of music, I think do yourself a favor and have a little fun with it. Push it a little bit, be a little silly. You're celebrating saints marching in, so that's got to be a good thing, right? The sound is good. Sandy says the sound is good. Yeah, the stream is really, 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 really delayed. And so what are we going to do? Hopefully there's more people actually watching than it appears on the screen. And as long as Sandy's here, she's in from Upper Michigan, and they got things to do up there in Upper Michigan. So if she is here, that means that we are going good. Melissa's made it in from Boulder. They're going to get 4 feet of snow up there this weekend. So Melissa should probably be on an airplane right now going to Florida. I just drank coffee. That's going to end up with coffee in my harmonica. I'm out of water. Oh, there's a water bottle. I'm going to grab my other water bottle. All right, here we go. Now we're here. Marsha's in. Connie's in. All right, less coffee in my face. Less coffee in my harmonica. Let's make this happen. When the Saints Go Marching In, 4-beat count in, 1-beat rest. Let's play it 2 times through. Good morning, Don. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Let me hold the harmonica correctly, and then it'll sound a whole lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Now let me start on blow 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. we go, a little 10 toot at the end there to make it exciting. All right. When the Saints Go Marching In. Love playing that song. Very, very fun. Let's go grab our diatonic scales. We're going to zip through this stuff today. We have I want to give you guys some more time at the end of each class just to sit and play in your back room. Your family has accepted the fact that you're taking harmonica lessons, and this gives you a chance to spend 45 minutes just vanishing from the world. And if I take up all 45 minutes of it, it doesn't give you enough time to practice other things on our list. And so we're going to try to talk less, Gary, and play more. That is definitely a weakness of mine. From the top, C major scale 2 times through. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was trying to bend the notes without bending them too much, just bend them just a little bit to get a little bit more zing into them. You're not supposed to do that when you're playing scales, but when else are you going to practice, right? Why not? Let's see. Pauline made it in. Good morning, Pauline. Fran is here. And my dog has started to howl at me when I play harmonica. Anything 6 or above, you're like, no, that's it. I'm out. Look, I'm your dog, but there's some limits to this. That is hilarious, Fran. Oh gosh, Fran. Maybe we probably ought to. I don't know what you do. Let the dog outside for when we play. I don't know. That is hilarious. Maybe she's trying to help. Either that or I don't know if those pitches are such that dogs are like, ow, I don't like that. I don't know. That's funny. That's really funny. Guess you're a G harmonica girl, right? Lower the overall pitch. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as usual, my 9s are being fussy. Other than that, we got that knocked out. What's our next song that we're playing today? Colorado Trail. That's funny. We were working on this in one of the other classes. We were working in guitar this week, and just adore this song. So let's go play it. We haven't played it in a while. We're getting enough songs where it's fairly slow for them to come back around. And I love that. And I do have, guys, just to let you know, it's always just a matter of finding time to sit down and tab these things out. But I have been working my brains out for ukulele the last couple weeks, and a little bit for guitar as well. And I have a whole bunch of new music, and so I'll be doing as quickly as I can, spending some time tabbing that out for us here as well. And then what my goal is, in the next few weeks, to get the big book updated. I was looking at I downloaded the big book onto my Kindle to see how it would look on a Kindle, and it's of course way too small. But I was noticing that the book that's posted on in our harmonica library only has a handful of chromatic tunes and none of the Christmas stuff in it. So the next big book will be really much bigger, and then those of you guys that are having fun with this and you want to get your family together, whatever, you'll be able to just send them the book and say, hey, here's the songs we've been working on, and it will only be the stuff on the website will only be the public domain stuff. But you guys that are that know me and are like, yep, I'm cool, I won't do anything naughty with this, I'll send you the complete big book, and it'll be big. You won't want to print it out for sure. It will be for sure just a online only type thing. So that's coming here in the next few weeks, and I'm excited about that. A little Cavalier Spaniel runs in and curls up on my feet, but maybe his long. Yeah. Yeah. Spaniel walks in. All right, time for harmonica. Closes the ears down. You think about human beings. We actually play that note on this thing. It's pretty high for us. Imagine a dog whose hearing is way more acute than us. All right, Colorado Trail. Some of you may not know this tune. I never knew this tune. I grew up in Colorado. I never knew this tune, but this is an old cowboy tune that almost all cowboy guitar players seem to know this song for some reason. It's not terribly hard to play. Let's play all three verses. And what you should know as you're going along, reading the lyrics and playing the notes, Laura ends up dead at the end of this. She's a lovely young lady. I think she's 16 years old and had just absolutely everything is perfect about her. And she's going to end up dead by the end of the song. Actually, she's probably dead when the song starts. And so you want to play it with sadness in your harmonica. Okay, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. isn't that a great song? Makes you want to cry. You want to openly weep while you're playing it. I'm noticing the first two the very first note, right, is a 5. And the first time it works, but the next two verses, Laura and 16, I was trying to play 2 5s and then a 6, but really you should be playing a 5, a 6, and then 2 more 6s. Laura was a, so 5 6 6 6, and I think 16 is the same way. Probably. You might even do. So it looks like maybe a -6 at the end. 16 years she graced this. And so I would, if this is a song that's I think the message is when you have multiple syllables, be a little experimental and and you may need to adapt your tablature a little bit depending on how you like to hear the song, and that's okay, right? It's okay to change the melody. It's okay to change the chorus. It's okay to change the words. This is a recipe for success that's in front of you. And if you feel like, you know what, I'm going to add in a little bit different thing on subsequent verses, I always make the first verse read exactly right on your harmonica, but subsequent verses, as the words, we sometimes squish them in so that we don't end up with 97 pages. Sometimes you may need to make some slight alterations for subsequent verses, and you should do that if you want. And just, use your ears, mess around. It's usually right in the neighborhood where the right note is for your ear, and that's part of the fun of having harmonica, is it gives you a chance to. I have never, I don't think ever, changed melody on the other instruments ever. I will occasionally drop an octave if something goes way too high up on a ukulele, but other than that, I don't really change the melody. But in harmonica, it's pretty normal. This song right here, down at measure 7, I've got the low note in parentheses. You don't have that note on this instrument, so I raised it up, and it sounds fine. And it's just something you end up doing on harmonica. You're like, well, I don't have that note, but I got a note that's going to sound kind of cool if I change it. And so you have the authority with this to be like, well, I don't have all of the notes on this one, so I'm going to get them close. I'm going to make some adjustments, and I don't do it a ton, but I do it some with harmonica, is actually change the melody to fit my instrument. And so it's one of those things you're like, And initially when you do it, you're like, I don't like the way that sounds. It's not the way it's in my head. But after you play it a few times, you're like, that sounds even better. Simple Gifts is that way. On Simple Gifts, we start with a 6 on that. And in my version of it that I do on all of the other instruments, we start with a low note that doesn't exist on this instrument. Make some changes and keep going forward. So there's that. Marcia says... Oh wait, Fran says, I can't put her outside, it's raining and she's afraid of the rain. So poor dog, Fran's dog, think about what she's dealing with. It's raining out, so she lives in Southern California, and it's raining out. So one, the dog is like, I don't even know what that is, but it can't be good. So I'm not going out there. And then, but if I stay inside, I got to deal with harmonica. I don't know, Fran. I'm going to have to call animal control on you and see if you can't come up with a third option. You got to play the harmonica. Marcia says maybe she met up with that Dooley fella. Yeah, poor Laura. She's in a box of wood, and it's raining in the song. Fran, weep all ye rain, little rains, wail, wind, wail, all along the Colorado Trail. So we assume Laura is buried somewhere along the Colorado Trail. And the Colorado Trail this is today is different than the one when this was written. The one that's now, you get to walk along the Colorado Trail that still exists is sort of runs along the Continental Divide. It's a pretty challenging trail, actually. And honestly, oddly, a friend of mine who her daughter took ukulele lessons from me, both of her daughters, and now one of them's taking violin and the other one's taking electric guitar, and I'm like, I'm out. She's in charge of the Colorado Trail. She works for the Forestry Service, I think, and she's the sort of the boss of the Colorado Trail, so it's kind of fun. And I don't get to talk to her much anymore. Ever since her daughters moved on to other instruments, it's like, oh, well, you're not my friend anymore. She was a pretty decent guitarist in and of her own right, and she liked to do popular music, and I was like, yeah, whatever. So, all right, Colorado Trail. I love that song. I hope that you like that song. Hopefully that's fun. Let's go grab our chromatics. If you were on Diatonics before you sneak out, double check your list tomorrow. Tomorrow we have You Are My Sunshine, Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair, Brahms Lullaby, Buffalo Gals, and Colorado Trail. That's a pretty solid group of tunes for Diatonic tomorrow. So become, dress nice, shave, put on some aftershave, and run some dippity doo through your hair. Look good for tomorrow's harmonica concert, and show up a few minutes early to sit down and get your harmonicas all warmed up, and we're gonna have a wonderful concert tomorrow. Listen, that's a nice group of songs there. Everything, we walk out of here feeling happy and delighted, and we will hope that it stops raining so Fran's dog can out back. All right, there's that. Grab your chromatics if you have them. If you don't have them, you should buy one because they're awesome. And we have 3 that are on the website. One is a 10-hole one. That's the least expensive chromatic I could find, and it's excellent. And all of the songs we write will always be 10 or lower, because I can fit every song into 2.5 octaves, no problem. But some of the scales that we'll be doing will require 12 holes, and that's the next one on there. It's called a East Top Forerunner, and that's what I've been using most days to play with, to make sure that this thing holds together pretty well. And so far, it's not as good as my Chromatica, the $150 one that's on the website. That's the next version up, but this is pretty good for $50. And I think it was. I think Evelyn maybe found one on eBay for $30. So, and it was new. You probably don't want to buy used harmonicas. I would say that's pretty high on the list of things I would not buy a used one of. In any event, the 12-hole one will allow you to play all the scales that we will post. All of the songs that we have, I will make sure they don't go above hole 10. And again, the main reason for that is I do want to bring chromatic harmonica back to being a thing that people do. And the way we do that is publish a lot of songs and with a lot of tablature, and then you make it possible to play it on cheap ones, so that down the road, when you get an expensive one that sounds better, you will already be up and running and playing and having a great time. And so those are the harmonicas on the website. I have the Chromatica is the most expensive. It's about $150, and then I also have a 16-hole one at the Suzuki. Is it a Suzuki? Yeah, it's this guy, and it has the 16 holes. I don't at all see any purpose in the 16 holes until you are actually concert ready, and I'm certainly not there and don't anticipate getting there, so I don't think you need a 16-hole one. Swan also makes a 12-hole one. Okay, so Sandy also, that's good to know. The Swan is the 10-hole one that's inexpensive, and Sandy says, hey, they also make a 12-hole one. So I'll put a note on the website. 12 holes is better than 10 holes, but 10 holes the price was better, and so literally you can fit almost. I don't know of any songs, to be honest, outside of classical music that require a full 3 octaves. All popular music, most of it fits in 1.5 octaves. That's what I do on ukulele all the time. But we'll have 2.5 octaves with 10 holes and 3 full octaves with 12. So again, the only thing I anticipate using the holes 11 and 12 for are scales. So that should get you caught up on that. Let's go grab our chromatic scales. And I don't know where they are in my book here. Chromatic Scales. Here we go. Today is Thursday. We have to do the E flat major. E flat major is actually a key that I have played in a little bit on both ukulele and piano. So it is a real key, and it does come up. So it's not a bad idea. 3 flats. All the B's are flat, all the E's are flat, and all the A's are flat. And when you are tabbing out a song, most songs are going to behave based on the key that they're in, and that's why on your chromatic notes page, the two pager that I have with all of the chromatic notes on there, which I did update, guys. You might want to double check you have the most recent one. You will either be working in sharps or flat depending on the key that it's in. And the way you tell is at the beginning of a song, there'll be, if there's a bunch of sharps up there, you're going to use the sharps, and if there's a bunch of flats up there, that you'll use the flats. So, for example, in the key measure 3 here, our yesterday's scale, there's 2 sharps on that, and so when you tab out a song, you'll just use the sharps. And then today we're in E flat, and there's 3 flats, and you'll just use the flats. One. And then occasionally inside of a song, depending on the music theory and how good the person is doing the arranging, there are times where you'll have both sharps and flats, and they're not very many. There'll always be an accidental, and sometimes, depending on how the music is working, it sometimes makes more sense in a song that's written in all flats to use a sharp because it's easier to read based on whatever note came before or after it. And so you will see sharps occasionally show up in the flats in a key that's all flats, and vice versa. But it's usually about what makes the most sense on the paper at that moment. And so I don't believe there's any standard rules that we have to follow in regard to that, but you'll see that. So let's give the E flat major scale a try. Focus. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't do my -7. Let's start from the beginning. I apologize. I totally blew. I was like, I missed a note there somewhere. I lost my focus. 1 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. There we go. Now, you will meet people in the harmonica world who are like, tabs are stupid, and they actually know how to read that. But you can tell just from that situation right there, if you're going to be reading from standard notation, you definitely have your work cut out for you in terms of mastering this instrument. Some of you are getting there. Some of you are like, yep, this is going to be my thing. But just know that I don't think like that. I do not think you need to read standard notation to play harmonica well. And when I'm looking at something like that going, is that really how you play that line? That's a lot of work. I would love to have a little assistant help me out, and that's what tablature does. So there's that. Okay, there's me showing my bias. Let's go play House of the Rising Sun. We haven't played this one in a long time. Let me see when I last opened it. House of the Rising Sun. Looks like January 21st. Is that the one when we opened them last? Is that what that is? So we wrote it in September 26, 2002. That can't be right. I don't know. That can't be right. I will update it. Probably 2020 is what I meant to write there. We don't know where this song came from. Let's play all three verses today. So we've got... and what you have here is basically the Animals lyrics. There's 8 million different versions of this out there. This is, remember the Animals did a pretty famous of this version of this, and I got it as close as I could and keep it on one page. That was my goal. Was I'm going to make it basically what the Animals did, but keep it on one page. You're in the House of the Rising Sun in New Orleans, and that's not a good place to be. So you want to play a harmonica version of this that sounds dangerous. So play dangerously for me. And if I remember right, there's only one button in the whole thing, way down at the bottom. two buttons, like it looks like. Don't fall asleep when you get down there. You gotta be ready with your button. From the top, 2 beat count in, 3 times through, draw 3. 1, 2. How about that? That's fun. All right. There's House of the Rising Sun. Love it. I don't know why that song got popular, but it is hilarious, and it is definitely fun to play. And I think again, using sheet music as a guide. I think I got it pretty close to what's on the paper, but you don't need to do that. You just need to get that. People know the song, right? It's not everybody. Young people don't know the song, but old people our age know the song, my age and older. And so get it close, channel the animals and get it kind of in their thought process, and hopefully that's making sense to you. The delay on the broadcast is incredible today, and so I'm noticing I'm talking now, and then about 20 minutes later I see myself doing that on the board here. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Guys, have a wonderful afternoon. Go play some harmonica. Don't stand up and walk away from the screen, right? And just keep playing harmonica. I'll let you at it. I want to try to keep the lessons down to about 30 minutes so that you have 15-20 minutes just to knock out a few of the other tunes. Remember, tomorrow we have our concert, and remember that tomorrow you're chromatically we're doing Danny Boy, which is a world class. Girl from Ipanema, world class. Hedwig's theme. That's the. If you haven't gone to listen to the MP3, guys, give yourself a treat. Go listen to it while you're looking at the sheet music. Go listen to it a few times. It's a great song, and it's really. Anybody who knows the movies would know that theme, and what you have in front of what you have on paper works. It's not easy to play. That's the hard part. That's the thing that's good. And then House of Rising Sun, which we just played, which is tremendous. So we have good music all day tomorrow. Really solid concert coming up tomorrow. Make sure you're in good shape for that. Let's see. Don says that was way easier than last time. Isn't that what we're after, guys? I mean, that what Don just wrote. We should just cut that out and frame it and put it up. Tape it to your computer. Way easier than last time. That's where we're getting, right? It doesn't matter if you play well. It matters if you play better than you played 2 months ago or 3 months ago or 10 years ago or whatever, or yesterday, right? We're just trying to get where, hey, this is getting where it's sort of easy. We're sounding a little better and making more sense. And the good news is that if you just keep playing, you're going to get really good at this. And my sound quality, I already knew how to play harmonica. I never played it particularly well. And when we started classes in August, I was like, God, you got to get better, Gary. My sound quality has come way up. I got plenty more to go on that. But I know that even, somebody like me who's been playing a long time, not seriously, but who knew the instrument well enough to teach it, I know my sound quality just by showing up here every day has gotten way better. And like I say, I still have plenty of room for growth. I'm not at all telling you I'm a Howard Levy by any stretch of the imagination, but I have gotten better, and you will too, and that's exciting. I love that, Don. It makes me very happy. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Sandy, Don, Melissa, Patricia, yeah, I know. If you're in Colorado, you should probably get outside today, because you should probably go buy a bag of Cheetos. You're going to need it on Saturday while you're renting Harry Potter to figure out why the heck Gary is so excited about Hedwig's theme. You can rent it I think you can buy the whole series for like $20. I don't know. Maybe it's $100. I don't know. You can buy the whole series. All right, guys. I'm going to go. Connie, have a wonderful day. And that's the end of the stream. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3.